pioneer in the sci-fi horror genre, the Body Snatchers franchise was one of the first to showcase what the terror of an alien invasion might look like. With an all-star cast including Donald Sutherland, Brooke Adams, Veronica Cartwright, Jeff Goldblum, and Leonard Nimoy, Philip Kaufman's 1978 adaptation captured the essence of Jack Finney's novel, The Body Snatchers. The story follows a San Francisco health inspector and his colleagues who, over the course of a few days, discover that humans are being replaced by alien duplicates, perfect copies that were devoid of any human emotion. Through the stunning and bleak cinematography, slight changes to the pod people's behavior, and a much darker ending, this adaptation stands out as one of the best the series has to offer.
I think this is our problem. I think it is affecting people.
I can't understand why you've become so emotional about a little flower.
The pod people are essentially a nomadic species of aliens that came from a dying planet and traveled vast distances to exploit the resources of other galaxies.
Help! Help! They're coming! They're coming!
Must have done something.
Oh my God.
While their physiology is plant-like, they behave like certain species of insects that use mimicry to survive, like the rove beetle, which resembles ants. By using a combination of pheromones and mimicking the movement of ants, rove beetles convince entire ant and termite colonies that they're one of them, and just like the pod people, the rove beetle then proceeds to destroy the ecosystem of the species it's infiltrated. Using similar mimicry skills, the pod people fly under the radar as they slowly replicate and assimilate the dominant species, before consuming the planet's resources. Once that's achieved, they set themselves loose in space to search for a new world to exploit.
Nothing changes. You can have the same life, the same clothes, the same car.
But what happens to us?
You'll be born again into an untroubled world.
While it's unclear how they journey across the cosmos, it's believed that they use a similar technique as seeded dandelions, master engineers known for aggressively sucking out the nutrients from the soil before using aerodynamics to conquer vast territories. The Body Snatchers are assumed to use a comparable method, using their infinitesimal weight and solar winds to propel their kind across the galaxy. And while the lore of the Body Snatchers remains pretty much the same in every iteration, the key differences lie primarily in the behavior of the pod people and the resolution to the story.
That's not my wife.
She's,
No, different. No. She all right. She better now. Much better now.
In every adaptation, the pod people arrive on Earth in a spore-like state, and in the 1978 movie, we see a few of these green gelatinous spores using their vein-like roots to sap the nutrients out of plants. After feeding, the core entity of the pod within the spore blossoms into a beautiful pink flower that lures unsuspecting victims.
Jeffrey, my God. How long have you been up?
Not long.
Jeffrey?
Because the pod people have no real offensive capabilities to subdue their prey, they perform their duplications at night when their victims are asleep. Using the knowledge gained from the memories of people they've assimilated, they're able to accelerate their efforts by using sedatives and anesthetics to put victims to sleep throughout the entire process. Luckily, a few rebellious people were able to wake up and escape thanks to central nervous system stimulants they'd taken beforehand.
Don't be trapped by old concepts. You're evolving into a new life form. Come and watch.
During the assimilation, the aliens use white web-like fibers to cover the body they're replicating before they liquefy their victims and absorb them during gestation. And once the pod people have duplicated and assimilated a person, they can live for up to 5 years as replicas. It's also explained that the pods don't have any means of reproducing when in replica form. This makes sense as their exterior may look human, but their internals are alien, confirmed when a pod person is smashed mid-duplication and crumbles, revealing their hollow interior. Much like plants, while the Body Snatchers have the ability to sense their surroundings, they lack any sort of emotion. Because of this, the best way to spot them is to look out for expressionless faces and their ear-splitting shrieks. In addition to using their large numbers to hunt for the unassimilated, the Body Snatchers can utilize their shrieks to tap into telephone lines and track their victims. While this is never explained further, my theory is that they emit a similar sonic frequency to the sound signals found in phone lines, which is how they're actually able to communicate with their kind across vast distances. Using this, our technologies, in various industries, the Body Snatchers are able to move their seeds across state lines. The ending of the 1978 film then sees hundreds of pods being sorted into vessels to be shipped across the world, implying that the invasion was successful and that the human race was doomed. This is in stark contrast to the novel, where, having underestimated humanity's determination to survive, the pods lost the war and were forced to flee, leaving behind a small population of duplicates that all perished shortly after.
It's got an adult face.
It's a monster. It's got hair all over it.
It's vague.
Nose, lips, ear.
Hands, everything, but it's got no detail, no character. It's unformed.
The Body Snatchers are one of the most enigmatic, terrifying alien invaders featured on screen. I'm thinking of covering the 1956 film and some of the other adaptations we've had down the line, so if this is something you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments below. Well, that's all for today, folks. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to stay up to date on all my content, and yeah, if you have any other suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. As always, it's been a pleasure. Nihat here with Film and Comics Explained. Thanks for stopping by.
Police.
Officer, I would like to report 4 bodies in my backyard.
You all right?
Wait right there, Mr. Bennell.
How do you know my name?
Hang up, Matthew.
I didn't tell you my name.
Hang up.
You're all a part of it.